Welcome to the Third Wind channel, where today we're doing Angels and Devils for the iCarly reboot. If you don't know, Angels and Devils is a series we do on this channel where we talk about a certain show and the characters in it, and then we kind of rank the characters from most good to most evil, or most angel to most devil. And in this case, I've taken a large pool of characters, more than I usually do for this iCarly reboot. So some characters who only have a few minutes might be in this video, but I've assessed them, and I thought it would be interesting for you guys. And I also apologize for the lack of videos. I am still sick, so if you hear any unpleasant sounds, it's probably from me. Let's get into the video. Coming in at the most good, the biggest angel of the show, I had to put my guy Freddie on the top spot because I don't know. I just feel that Freddie acts so selflessly most of the time, other than of course his professional pursuits of his companies. But who doesn't have a professional pursuit? Otherwise, he is basically a dad all by himself. He always supports Carly and his friends. He's really never mean to anyone. But he still will protect the ones around him. And he just comes off as a complete angel. I don't really have anything bad to say. I'm looking at all the episodes and I can't really think of anything bad that he did in any of the episodes. Except maybe I Took a Girls Trip, where he kind of neglects Carly for a few hours. But honestly, he deserves a little bit of romance in his life. So that's excused. And yeah, Freddie for always being there. Next up, we got Wes. And I know this one might be a little controversial. I think Wes is a really good guy. Even though Carly was rude to him in the beginning, he still helped her. He's given her rides. Obviously his being her boyfriend, yes. But the only signs of Wes being I don't know, rude or bad in any way, unethical, is maybe at the end where he starts to kind of take over BEAU and suggest that he's more important and all this like that. Those are some red flags, but we haven't seen enough to see that Wes is bad. He's mostly good, and he's always trying to help the gang, even in the survival thing at the end. He was trying to actively make the group survive. So I think Wes is a good guy. Moving on, number 15, we got Gwen. Gwen is the mother to Millicent, and she comes off as a great mother, and she makes a big effort to, move. I think, isn't she usually in Africa with the marine stuffs? And she makes an effort to come and have some days with Millicent, and I think that's great. I don't really have anything bad to say about Gwen. She seems like a supporting person, and we don't really get any signs that there was any kind of evil stuff going on with the relationship or anything like that. It kind of just broke apart. Next up, number 14, we got Duke. I know Duke only makes an appearance for a few minutes, but just the contrast between the original series and now, he just seems like the biggest gentleman, so nice. He helps Freddie out with his stunt, and I don't know, he just seems like a great guy now. I just had to include him. Let's move on to our number 13, Principal Franklin. So Principal Franklin's always been this morally good character in iCarly, and it continues. I guess the only thing that marks him down a little bit is him reading the letters, but for Freddie and Carly. But that's fine, whatever. And the fact that he even brought the letters and remembered all these years later, or Miss Briggs helped as well, is a good sign. And he's always been respectable, and even now he has his boundary to the students, which I respect as well. So yeah, I think Principal Franklin is good. Next, our first neutral character is Mrs. Benson. Yes, she would be maybe maybe you'd consider her like extreme mothership a good thing, but I put her down as neutral because she can be in the process, she can be quite disrespectful towards other people while taking care of Freddie, and obviously she doesn't always respect Freddie's opinions as well. But she's not evil. She just has these tendencies to be overprotective and act maybe slightly rudely when people get in the way of her relationship with her son. But I can respect that, and we haven't seen too much of her in the revival, and I think things have just kind of continued from the original. Moving on, number 11, we got Millicent. she's not evil. She's not completely a complete angel. She is a little bit rude sometimes, but she has good intention and she works, similarly to a lot of characters in the show. A lot of characters are very self-interested. I think Millicent is the same. You could say that she's a little bit spoiled, but it's hard to assess children when everyone else is an adult around them. But I think Millicent is truly a neutral character and has a good soul, raised by a good guy, Freddie. And I think she'll get better and better as the series goes on. But obviously, she has that self-interest. She's ready to manipulate people to get what she wants. She has that business mind. So yeah, I'll put her down as neutral for now. Moving on, we got BEAU, who seems like a nice guy, and you can't really fault him for breaking up with Carly. He has the right to do that, and Carly isn't for everyone, right? But I don't. He didn't even know he was live either. He just seems like a nice guy. The only reason I put him down as neutral is because he broke up with our main character. Otherwise, he's good, or maybe he isn't because he tried to steal Carly's boyfriend. I mean, he tried to become Carly's boyfriend again at the end by knowing Carly has a boyfriend, Wes. He comes in and kind of declares his love. So maybe you can see that as slightly unmoral or evil, but I don't know. I think he just goes in the neutral. I don't think he is mean on purpose if he comes off that way, so I think neutral suits him well. Next, we got Dutch or Double Dutch. I think she is, it's hard to tell if the kind of dumb persona is just a persona and there's someone smarter there behind there, because we get those real moments with her as well. But either way, if she is being rude or mean or evil in any way, I don't really feel it's genuine. It's more like a playful kind of thing, and I'm sure she doesn't mean it that way. Somehow I feel that that's true because she's also very sensitive and cares about personal relationships, and I don't feel there's enough evil here to kind of say it's intentional or whatnot, and I think she is all right. I think she's what the definition of a neutral character. She's just kind of in the middle. So moving on, we got Harper, who, spoiler alert, with Spencer are together because they have these competitions where they try to best each other, and sometimes they involve getting people's phone numbers or whatever. And I don't know, that comes off as slightly manipulative for me. I think Harper is a little better than Spencer, although they both are very supportive of the people around them. They always help out. Like Harper will always help Carly through anything. And I respect that a lot. But sometimes she moves out of self-interest and she can manipulate people a little bit. And also those games with Spencer sometimes, especially like in iRobot Wedding, I guess you can say they're slightly unmoral. But still, nonetheless, a neutral character here. Moving on, we got Spencer. Spencer moves slightly higher on the list. Just because there's that episode, I think it's called I Got Your Back. I can't remember exactly which episode it was, but it's the one where he sets up Freddie with an escort, and he lies about kind of I don't know how do I say this. It just seems a little bit unmoral the way things went down in that episode. But of course, he still keeps paying for it, and he cares about his friend Freddie. He does that out of care, but it kind of goes wrong. But overall, obviously, Spencer is not really a bad guy. He has changed towards slightly more on the evil side, I think, from the original, because the money has kind of changed him. He's kind of become a little bit more snobby, I'd say, or something like that. But he's not evil. He's still a good guy. He's got a good heart, and he's too good to be evil, So, neutral Spencer. Next, we got number 6. We got Justin. Maybe you'd expect me to put him in evil or bad, but posting some bad comments or comments just saying do better on the internet doesn't really make you evil. It does put you more towards the evil side. He's number 6. He's quite high up. But he does also show signs of I think what he struggles the most from is this prejudice he sees online, and then when he actually meets Carly, he actually likes her. So he shows signs of regret. He apologizes for it, and I think that those are natural human things. I don't think that you should really be marked down as evil for doing things like that. There are worse moral crimes than what he did, but yeah, he's not a great guy. And on a different list, you could put him down as evil, but I just put him down as neutral. not important enough. Moving on, number 5, we got Neville. And number 4, we got Nora. So these two haven't really done anything, I'd say, super evil in the revival. Neville does try to set up a marriage with Carly, which maybe he did as a joke. I mean, his adult self, I'm sure, didn't think that that was actually gonna work. I guess you could say that that's kind of evil. And Nora does break into Carly's apartment, but also doesn't feel like it was in an evil way. Like, she didn't have any evil intentions with that. But we definitely see in both of these characters some kind of relapse from their evil selves as kind of more children or teens from the original series. So just because of their past, really, I've put Nora and Neville high up on the neutral scale. But you definitely see some evil tendencies in them, but not enough to say that they're bad. Moving on, at number 3, our first evil character, and this one might be controversial, but this is how I feel. I feel that MAEVE is our first devil. Not really from the stuff we saw on screen, though. I think the fact that she left HARPER alone after a family crisis for 4 years, and then made up this piratess excuse, and even tolerated her, like, supporting her online and rallying campaigns and fundraisers for her, all of that, and then not even really having the courage to apologize properly, and then expecting her to forgive her right away. And in the process, she's also dating her best friend's friend, or not friend, brother, and it just all feels so immoral and wrong. And being that big older cousin, this just feels terrible. I don't know. I don't know if I would forgive someone for this. I sympathized for them for 4 years, and then it turns out that they were just kind of avoiding you. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, but I think that this is very immoral and devilish. Moving on to our two, like, kind of, these are the confident devils for me. One is Griffin, who fully knows that he's tricking Carly and using her fame to sell sand, which is literally just fish food, marketed as a drug that helps people achieve happiness, basically. It's not good. It's really bad. You're a fraud, and you're exploiting an old friend with your looks, I guess, to sell something that is fraudulent. It's not good. You're a devil. He didn't even care at the end. No apology. He just kind of ran out. He had no intention of having any sort of relationship with Carly. So, moving on to our number 1, ARGENTHIA. She is next level. She literally exposed hundreds of young women's data, their most personal moments, for her own good and her company, and she tricked them into thinking that she's helping them. She is the worst of the worst, exposing people at their lowest and pretending like she's helping them when really she's making money off of them. It's terrible. The way she also kind of treats others, not great. And I love that she got the punishment she deserved. She was an alright villain, but not a good person. And you might be wondering, well, we didn't see Carly, right? I didn't feel like I had the authority to talk about Carly. I don't know. I think that she belongs probably somewhere in the middle, like neutral or like closer towards good. I was gonna originally put her down at like number 15 or something at good, but then I was thinking, I was just running through the episodes and thinking, has she been that helpful self this season? Has she moved always purely out of self-interest? Has she helped Freddie back? Has she helped Harper back? And I think the answer is yes and no. I don't know. I think the new Carly is a realistic representation of an influencer, maybe, that doesn't always understand what she has, or, I don't know. I have a hard time talking about Carly. I think I need more time to think about it, but I want to hear what you guys think. Where would you place her? I was almost ready to put her in the good section or in the neutral section. Obviously, she's not evil. So, yeah, the original Carly went in good, and now I'm thinking maybe she moves up towards the higher part of the list. So I just didn't know. So let me know what you guys thought. And otherwise, this is a series on this channel that we haven't posted in for a while. We've made 5 episodes before this one, so you can check those out if you find any of the pictures on screen interesting. But for now, this has been the Third Wind channel. I apologize for being sick and the lack of videos, and you might hear my voice. I'm not top shape, and maybe that reflects on this video. I don't know. But I had to post a new video for you guys. Many coming soon. Very excited about them, and I'll see you guys all very soon.